What is going on, guys? It's me, Mojo Jojo, back again with some more Total Extreme Wrestling with the 21st Century Wrestling save. Once again, not a whole lot of news stuff before this episode, so we're just gonna get right into um, Best of British Wrestling. I've decided, for the time being, the B show is literally just gonna be a place where, rookies get experience, things like that. People keep, just basically, there's not gonna be much going on the B show. They're literally just gonna be fighting, seeing how good they are, seeing how good they are at promos, yada yada yada, things like that. It's not gonna be. I guess it's not gonna be canon to the main show. Let's go with that. They're two separate canons, but yeah. Anyway, let's get right into Best of British Wrestling. So last week, we started with a Jonathan Force promo. We're starting again with Hellbound this time. On the previous show, the Rising Stars, aka Blue Boulder, Evan Allpass, and Darren Flynn, pulled one over on Hellbound and cheated a victory the same way that they always do. And Jonathan Force, he appears on the big screen to start off the show, basically saying, I've got to congratulate you guys. You did manage to pull one over on us, and frankly, that's pretty impressive because I didn't think you guys had the brain power or the brain. I didn't think you had the brain power or the intelligence to pull off something so deviant. However, that is the last time that is going to happen, and we are now going to make your lives live in hell again. So, please watch out for your own sake. He's sort of like this. What's the word? Obviously, he is a cult leader. That's his gimmick, pretty much. But he's not like. Well, he is a pretty crazy guy, to be honest. But he's trying to act like polite and nice and calm all the time. It's kind of like a creepy. It's supposed to be like a creepy. Hey, you guys, for your own sake, please be careful out there. Yada yada yada, like that, because he doesn't want. Obviously, he wants to hurt them, but he wants to bring them in to his group as well. So if he hurts them, so if they do stupid stuff like that, he won't be able to hold his three big, muscular, bold guys back. Is what he's basically saying. I need to get better at Jonathan Force creepy promos and tones. I know that much. Hopefully, I'll get better at that in the future. Good all the way around, except he couldn't improvise, which is a shame. Then we have another segment ruined by commentary. That sucks. So, on the previous show, Edward Cornell won the main event against Wade Orson, but cheated once again to win. And Tommy Cornell comes into his little office, because he's the champ, he gets his own office. Tommy Cornell says that, Edward, you are an embarrassment. you're an embarrassment to that title, and you're an embarrassment to the Cornell family. We are fighting champions. We fight like men. We don't need the help of other people to get our victories. Edward Cornell says, listen, Tommy, I'm the one in charge here. I'm the one calling the shots. And if you don't like it, you can leave. Eddie here understands. And Eddie follows his instructions like he's supposed to. And they go back and forth for a little bit, just basically Tommy calling him out, saying that Edward Cornell's an embarrassment, yada yada yada. And he drops the huge bomb on Edward Cornell that he had a chat with Jeff Nova before the show. Jeff Nova's the owner of the company, for those that don't know. He had a chat with Jeff Nova before the show, and Jeff has decided that Tommy Cornell, the rough justice Tommy Cornell, he gets to pick Edward Cornell's opponent for the next pay-per-view. And this annoys Edward. Edward tells Tommy to get out now, which Tommy does with a smirk as he goes to find an opponent for the next pay per view, which is London Calling. Commentary was awful, apparently, so the segment bombed. That sucks. Next, we finally have a match. We have a decent match. Philip Cooper has defeated Joe Simpson by stoppage when Joe Simpson was injured and could not continue. This is a kayfabe injury, don't worry, he's not actually hurt. I'm just imagining, like, Joe Simpson's a cruiserweight, he went for some flippy thing off the top rope. Maybe he rolled his ankle, ref called it, it was like, nah, he can't walk, he's got to go. So Philip Cooper once again gets a fluky win because Joe Simpson injured himself this time. Philip Cooper is very good at winning. He's undefeated at the moment, and I don't think any of them have been clean or genuine wins. Brilliant. He's such a lucky guy, isn't he, Philip Cooper? Poor old Joe Simpson has to pretend to be injured now. Philip Cooper got 60, Joe Simpson got 53. Cooper was off his game because he's inconsistent and has no stamina. Neither does Joe Simpson, and there's no storyline. That's a shame, but the gimmicks are good, at least. Up next, we have another part of the Too Cool storyline. So in the previous episode, Holly Levers decided that she's going to pick who of the main three guys that are trying to, I guess, court her. Is that the word? I don't know. They're trying to, like, date her, basically. That she'll date whoever impresses them the most. Yada, yada, yada. You know, typical pro wrestling stuff. For the previous episode, Luke Cool, took her out to a nightclub, snuck in backstage, bribed the bouncer, yada yada, introduced her to a bunch of celebrities that didn't know who Luke Cool was, but Luke Cool was like, yeah, we're friends. This episode, we start off with Sebastian Collar is once again backstage, playing his guitar and singing some songs for Lev, is one that he wrote himself just for her, yada yada, because he's a rock star. This is what he does. He's a singer, he's a performer. When halfway through the performance, Lee Burton barges in to the locker room and basically says, hey, Seb, your time's up. My turn. Okay? It's my turn. We've got to go now. And Sebastian Collar is slightly frustrated because he hasn't finished his song. He spent days working on that song, and now Lee Burton's interrupted it and ruined it for him. Oh no. So Lee Burton grabs Holly's hand and basically doesn't drag her, but like pulls her out of Sebastian Collar's dressing room. It's his turn later on in the show to have a chat with her. It's such a bad angle, but I wanted to use the starting storylines, but I love it. So dumb, and I get to be creative and weird with it. That's my favourite thing about wrestling. Next segment, we have a match with decent reaction from the crowd and subpar wrestling when Rolling Johnny Stones defeated Welsh Dragon by pinfall using underhanded tactics. This time, he I guess rolled up the Welsh Dragon, grabbed the tights to cheat the victory again, like he has been. Rolling Johnny Stones gets his second win in a row on television, which means he might be getting some more screen time. I mean, he's won every match this month so far. All without Wade Orson being here, because Wade Orson was injured or something at the pay-per-view, so he's not been around that much. Apart from never mind, he was in the main event last week, but this week he's decided to not turn up. He's taken a week off to plan things, I guess. Well, matches. He's not wrestling this week, is what I meant to say. However, I should make sure I tick the script. So RGS comes out and says, haha, once again, I've defeated one of your up-and-coming stars in this company. I mean, surely that must mean that I get to be on television more, right, Jeff? Talking to Jeff, who's on commentary, Jeff Nova is. And he says, I mean, really, you're wasting your time with these new guys because everything you need is right here. And then Wade Orson's music hits. And he comes out from down the ramp and basically says to Rolling Johnny Stones, "Just shut up." He says, "We are sick and tired of your complaining about screen time." And really, I don't, I don't get it. You've been on TV here in the best of British wrestling for years, and honestly, you're getting on a bit now. You don't need this all this time. We need to make new stars. I'm the new star. I'm here, and I'm challenging you to a fight at London Calling. And once I win, you'll be out of here because really, I'm better. I'm the future. You just need to be gone. You're ruining everything for everyone here in London. So, sort of like a, I guess, anti-hero speech. He's not 100% face, but he's not 100% heel. He's just saying, "You suck. Screw you. Get out of here. You're an old man." 43. He's not actually an old man. And we have um a segment. There was supposed to be a tag match coming up here, and it between Hot Stuff and Flynn and Boulder, or Boulder and Flynn. But Hot Stuff have come out to the ring with Kathleen Lee, and they're Boo Boulder and Darren Flynn's music's playing, but they're not making their way down the ramp. Don't know what's going on. When Hot Stuff's manager, Kathleen Lee, who is pretty good talker, basically gets in the ring, grabs a microphone, and says to Jeff Nova, "Jeff, what are you doing? Really, these you should be helping out the show. Why are our opponents not here? Where are they? You're supposed to make sure that everyone is ready for their match. You're just sitting out here on commentary talking with your two friends. What are you doing? You need to get these people out here. Where are they?" Darren Flynn, he talks down his microphone like backstage people, like, "Where's Flynn and Boulder? I don't know where are they? What's going on?" When once again they get nothing, and Jeff Nova calls an audible on commentary, and he grabs a microphone and says, "Okay, listen, I can fix this. Don't worry. I'll get you some opponents, and don't worry. They'll be right down. They'll be in a minute or two. Don't worry. I'll make sure that they're here." Just he's annoyed that his planned match hasn't turned up. His planned opponents haven't turned up. Kathleen Lee is annoyed that Jeff Nova is not doing his job properly. But we get a tag match anyway because yeah, these guys want a tag match. They want some action, and we have some action. It is a 68 rated segment where a decent match and absolutely flawless have defeated Hot Stuff in 19 minutes when JB Cash and Buff Martinez intentionally got counted out. So basically, how this match has gone, it's gone on for about 20 minutes. Hot Stuff are annoyed because they were going to have an easy match. They were going to have a match against Flynn and Boulder, who are the rookies. They're some of the best tag teams in this company, and they just got annoyed that they had to face Absolutely Flawless, who are the most successful tag team in this company. So, Hot Stuff, they just walked out. They was like, "Nah, I'm done. This isn't what we were supposed to get, and now we've got to fight against the twins. I don't want to do this. Let's go. This isn't what we signed up for today. Let's go." But they did. They just walked out. Every single match has had a screwy finish in this show, I've just realised. Not great. So the match segments aren't going to be that good. But hopefully the angles help that. So Lance Martin got a 62, Kelly Martin got a 61, JB Cash got a 66, and Buff Martinez got a 66. Both tag team specialists as well, which is good. Buff Martinez. Poor momentum. Yeah, he needs I need to get their momentum up a bit because I do like Hot Stuff. They're probably my second favourite tag team other than Absolutely Flawless. Or Bew and Boulder, I guess, but we'll work on them. Then we have a second match where not a second match, a second segment where Lee Burton and Holly Levy's they're just hanging out in the Hill locker room, just hanging out, chatting. Jeff Nova's talking about himself, not asking anything about Levy's whatsoever. You look around the locker room, and there's literally just shirtless pictures of Lee Burton everywhere that he's stuck up because he's a narcissist, basically, obsessed with himself. So he's talking to her, not really asking anything about her, not getting to know her whatsoever. And Holly Levy's just ups and leaves because she's like, nah, I'm done. Burton, what are you doing? I'm out of here. Walks out of the dressing room. She goes home for the show. Lee Burton is annoyed. Then we have another segment. So Tommy Cornell, he's running around. He's looking for an opponent for London Calling when he stumbles upon a completely ruined locker room. Like the face locker room's completely destroyed. All of these guys are here just trying to, even though they're not on the show, they're still hanging out and trying to make friends, make alliances, things like that. Just chatting as you do. They're all just hanging out basically backstage. The locker room's just completely destroyed. They can't even sit in there, and nobody knows what's happened. Like Evan Allpass runs down because his friends are missing. Couldn't find where they are, and basically they find Boulder and Flynn like locked in a storage cupboard or something like that backstage. Like the two of them are just locked in a room, beaten down. And they finally hear them. They're like yelling or something like "Help, please!" They run in and they're like all bloody and things like that. Obviously not too bloody because we're on primetime television and we don't want to get cancelled. But yeah, they're basically like beaten up, just backstage, in a random destroyed room. Tommy Cornell looks very confused and just doesn't talk to anyone. He walks away. That's how the segment ends. He's like, oh, you know what, I can't do this today because everyone's concerned and worried about what's happened to the locker room. Is somebody attacking them? What's going on? Tommy leaves. Then we have another segment. After that, Rodney Muckletruck has somehow avoided all the chaos backstage. He's out in the ring, and he calls out War Machine and Cliff King. Cliff King is War Machine's manager. And yeah, Rodney Muckletruck basically says, War Machine, I'm sick of you as well. You need to stay out of my business. I'm dealing with the Men of Steel. I don't like those guys, and now I don't like you either. I hate you. I hate the Men of Steel. They claim to be the best tag team, and they've got you in their back pocket. So you need to leave before I make you leave. Cliff King comes out and basically says, Rowley, you need to be careful what you wish for because War Machine isn't in anyone's back pocket. War Machine is here to destroy. That's basically it. And that's what the War Machine does. Rowley says, I don't care what War Machine's doing. He needs to stay away from me, otherwise I will be destroying the War Machine. And War Machine, he chuckles to himself, slowly makes his way to the ring, because it looks like we're about to have a fight between the two beefy big boys of Rodney Muckletruck and War Machine. When suddenly, I've messed this up. Mark Adonis and Matt Hulk run in from behind and blindside Rodney Muckletruck, beating him down in the ring, and then they just gift him to War Machine. War Machine does some insane power. He does like a I was about to say a power bomb, but what would be more impressive than just a power bomb? War Machine decides to he picks up Rodney Muckletruck and does one of those what's the word? He does a suplex, but like a delayed suplex, like Bobby Lashley does, and like what other people do, on Rodney Muckletruck, hold him up in the air for about 10 or 15 seconds and just slams him down, which is impressive because Rolly Michael Truck's a massive man. War Machine is, I guess, also a massive man. I messed this up. I put the wrong person to be rated on a promo. That's why this sucked. And then we have the main event. Because everyone else is concerned, injured, or very confused, we have Adam Matravers versus Kevin Jones in the main event. There's no storyline in this whatsoever. This is just a match. Kevin Jones is probably tired. Yes, he is. But it's a 72 rated segment. I have a feeling this show is not going to be as good as the last one, but that's unfortunate. But Adam Matravers has won a match. He has won by a pinfall with a Mile High moonsault. He's still got it. So yeah, that is the main event of this show. That's the end of this show. After the show, we have Jeff Nova. He packs up from the commentary booth and grabs a microphone and talks to the crowd of Houston Road. Basically apologizes for the complete and utter mess of what happened on this show. He had no idea what happened. This is like a Twitter segment or something they put up later, just to like be like, what's going on? I don't know what happened on this show. I had plans for a good showcase for you, but I don't know what happened tonight. People didn't turn up. I mean, there's people dating backstage instead of fighting. What's going on? I promise in the next few weeks, in the next week, everything will be fixed. I'm going to make sure that happens. So, please tune in next week, I guess, is what he basically says. So yeah. It's a 75 rated show. It's a little bit under the record what we were supposed to get. Still a decent show. We had good segments, but the matches, we only had 4 of them. They kind of lowered it a bit. I guess if I'm going to have shows that are like way more segments than matches, I need to put on better matches. I'll remember that for the next show, but 75 isn't awful. But hopefully next show will be higher rated. We're going to get an email from the BBC being annoyed that it's not 77 rated. I can already tell. But yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I have been trying to use more storylines and, I guess, weird segments. Oh my god, not another one. Please don't, because I swear to God, Evan, if you've... Oh, we're now a medium. That isn't good. I need to fix that. Oh no, we'll fix this, don't worry. We usually fall to medium and then get back up. Drug test fee is normal. Climb to hill. Darren Flynn is tired again. No. Don't be bolder. UK Broadcasting Prime are unhappy. 1.1 rating, not great. But we are now a medium. That's not good. Over the next few weeks, we need to fix this. We need to put on some good shows. We need everything, basically. That's a shame. So for 6 months, we can't become big again. That's annoying. Oh, for God's sake, Evan. You've ruined everything. Ugh. Evan Allpass has been identified as a steroid user. The press haven't gotten hold of the story, so there is no potential for damage for company prestige. I've got to follow the rule that I set in the last episode, don't I? That was the rule I set in the last one. I'm doing like the wellness policy type of thing, like in WWE. Now I've got 2 people that are taking drugs that I don't want them to take. Evan Allpass, I'm gonna have a chat with you. Physical, he gives no response. Great. Who was the other one? I forgot who it was. Assassin. Right, I'll have a chat with Assassin. Hey, Assassin listened. That's good. Great job, Assassin. You're a nice guy. Evan Allpass. Why? But yeah, basically, for those that didn't see the last episode, we are gonna be what's the word? Oh, I can't remember. It's like WWE had the wellness policy for like if they do drugs test and find out that so and so is doing drugs, then they get suspended, and then they get suspended again, and then they get fired, type of thing. That's what I'm kind of trying to go for here. But yeah, that show wasn't great. We're now a medium company instead of a large one, a big one. Sorry. We have a lot of work to do to fix all of this. That's a real shame. Storylines. I'll have a quick look. They're all hot now, which is good, except for the Hellbound, which isn't good. Come on, I had two great segments on this show, and one of them didn't count. Why did that not count as a? I don't know. This game's weird. But yeah, um, in the next episode, we need to fix a lot of stuff. We are losing a lot of money. How's the wrestling world doing? Eh, great. But yeah, um, hopefully I can fix this. If not, then oh god, I'm in trouble. I might get sacked. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed. The storylines I think are starting to get a bit better, and yeah, in the next few weeks the storylines will get more interesting, more intense. Hopefully, got a year to get back up to 77. We'll do that. Don't worry. I'm not worried. Don't worry about me. Oh god. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.